So after my video that I recorded about the books that I'm currently reading, I was kind of just going through my bookshelf seeing other books that I could start reading for Dungeons & Dragons inspo, and then I realized my bookshelf is a mess. So I'm gonna go organize that completely now, and just wanted to record the progress of it. So I just finished emptying the entire thing, and I put all my books on my bed here. I did not realize how many books I have. On the shelf, it seems like way less, but yeah. Before, I had all my manga on the top shelf, but I think just to switch it up, I'm gonna start with fantasy and then go down. I'm probably gonna have manga down at the bottom. See how it looks. So I think I'm gonna start with putting Brandon Sanderson's books first, starting with Mistborn. Of course, I talked about this series a little bit in my last video. I have the full trilogy, still haven't locked into these. Way of Kings or Stormlight Archive, by far favorite series of all time. Words of Radiance. This is the best book I've ever read. Oh my god. I would say get into Stormlight Archive alone just for this book. Way of Kings, I'd probably put at number 2. I found it a bit slower to get into. Words of Radiance, full way through, insane. Oathbringer, cinema, Rhythm of War. Currently reading this. I have Wind and Truth hardcover. I just took the cover off because I prefer how it looks like this. Oh, I completely forgot Edge Dancer. Found a bit of a slog. If you want more world building, it's good. And then we have Yumi and the Painter. Next we have George R.R. Martin with A Song of Ice and Fire. Never read through this. I just picked it up because a lot of my friends really love Game of Thrones, and I wanted to watch Game of Thrones, except I never got into it because they all say how bad the ending is. So why not pick up the book instead and hope that this is way better? I don't know how many are in the full series, but I do have 5 of the books, with the 5th one being the giant massive copy. But yeah, I do also have Fire and Blood. I picked this up thinking that it was also a part of the same thing, but I learned that it's House of the Dragon after. It was only like $4 at a used bookstore though, so this book is horrible. It is awful. I can't even say much about it just because of how bad it is. It's still going on the shelf though. Next, I have Travis Baldry with Legends and Lattes and Bookshops and Bone Dust. It's about an orc that wants to open up a cafe, and it's like the little trials and all that come with opening the cafe, people that they meet along the journey of opening that, but I wish this book was longer. And next we have Six of Crows. If you've been on Book Talk or whatever for, I don't know, the last 3-4 years, you've probably heard so many things about this book. Whatever you hear, all the good things at least, are true. This is such a fun book, YA fantasy, but it's still very fun. I love books with cool magic systems, cool characters, and heist stories. Heist stories are so good. Books by R.F. Kwan, Yellowface, Catabasis, and Babel. I've only read Yellowface. I finished this one in one night though because it was such a interesting, fun, chaotic read. It was like a car crash that you don't want to look away from. Poppy War. I completely forgot that I picked this one up as well. I picked this one up last, so I still had these two from her that I didn't read through, and I was like, oh, you know what? I heard so many people say stuff about Poppy War, so let me pick that up. Next, I have these Emily Wilde books. These ones are so good too. Book 2 I haven't read. The first one I loved. I like big world building. Stuff about fairies was very unique. I thought Emily was a super cool character. The whole book being as like it's a journal written about her experiences, going to these places, finding fairies, learning about fairies or fae, and it was just, it was good. This was like a very cozy fall winter read. The second one, I was gonna say I'm saving for like the fall winter as well, but I said I was gonna do that this fall winter. So next, I have the Two Towers from the Lord of the Rings. I haven't read through this, and I only have the second book just because I saw it at a used bookstore and I wanted to add it to my shelf, because only for the first time ever last year did I watch Lord of the Rings, and I don't know, for me being such a huge fantasy fan, I don't know how I got into the Lord of the Rings so late. Mind-blowing movies, so I wanted to read the books to see how different they were. I haven't read it. I thought the cover was very pretty. Night Circus and Starless Sea by Aaron Morgenstern. I talked about these a little bit, or I talked about Night Circus a little bit in the last video I made. Very magical, cool world building. This one I'm assuming would be the same thing, just in a different setting, but yeah, very fun books. Very happy. This was actually one of the books that got me into reading. Night Circus was crazy. This book is really good. So next up I have The Second Death of Locke. Picked this one up because the cover was cool. I have a very bad habit of doing that, but yeah, I read, how much did I read? 17 pages, and the system with magic seems cool. It's like two people have to be linked together. One's kind of the magic user, the mage, and the other person acts as the resource, like the pool. I think that's kind of how it's going. It was very interesting, but then Mistborn and Rhythm of War took over priority. Priory of the Orange Tree and Day of Fallen Night. Haven't read the second book. I think this one's a prequel, but Priory of the Orange Tree, sapphic fantasy romance with dragons, cool magic, good romance, very good characters. This was a good book. Next I have The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I was going down a big romance book phase. It was not hitting. No hate? No, I'm gonna hate. Covers like these. This is like book slob covers. I hate books with covers like these. Next, Pierce Brown, My Beloved. Oh my god. Book 1, I finished so fast. This book was just like a massive adrenaline rush. Insane. I think I finished this within like 2 days, and the day that I finished it, the reason why I don't own the second is because I took my ass straight to the library and rented out the second book, finished that in a couple days, and then I mentioned that to my friend. He bought me the third one because it's one of his favorite series, and yeah, my favorite is probably the third one. I think third one has some crazy moments. The whole thing, just action, characters, the world. Oh my god. You've probably heard so many people glaze this book, and it's for the right reasons. This is insane. You guys need to read it if you love sci-fi fantasy. I think going more into just fiction. Susanna Clarke, Piranesi. This, I think I will still call one of the best books I've ever read. Human psyche, mental health stuff. I thought this was a very beautiful book. I think it was one of the first books I read that made me cry quite a bit after I finished it. Next, I have Tomorrow and 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 Tomorrow. have not even read a page of this. Next, The Maid. I heard very good things about this one, but I haven't read it, and I picked it up because it was very cheap at a used bookstore. Frankenstein and Our Share of Night. This one I got recommended to me by the guy that works at the local bookstore I love going to. Shout out to him. I don't know his name, but I talk to him every time I'm there. Cool guy. Love Stormlight Archive, so I'm always talking to him about that. But this one I have not gone through. I hear great things. Yeah, he told me it was one of his favorite books, so I got it. And that's like, that day I was doing a thing, I was kind of just like asking random strangers what their favorite books were and then picking those up. So that's why I bought this. Frankenstein. Everybody knows Frankenstein's peak. I watched this one, or I read this one right before watching the movie. I finished it like the day I was going to the theater. Oh, both this book and the movie, so crazy, so good. Greek lessons. My friend told me to pick this one up, or they recommended it to me. I asked them for like all their favorite books, recommendations, everything. This one was notable, as well as Giovanni's Room. I have been reading through this one, just never finished it. This I have not even peeked through, but I hear very good things, so, you know, picked up both, why not? Dear friend, so I trust their recommendations. So again, going into more classic stuff, White Noise, the brothers Karamazov, another one. I was very happy when I bought this because this is a pricey book. I have not been able to find it used anywhere. Got a little gift card for my birthday, ended up picking this up. Have not tapped into it yet though. I'm very excited for when I do. I'm just letting this little fantasy phase that I have going on pass. Then we got Stoner. I think everyone that first got into classic books, they know Stoner. It's peak. It's peak. I love this book a lot. Next, The Odyssey. I was so happy to find this one at a used bookstore because I don't know how much this usually is. $21? That's a lot of money. But I picked it up for 5 whole beans. Odyssey, I, again, like the brothers Karamazov, been wanting to read through this. Haven't yet. I do want to finish it before the movie comes out. I bought this one before the movie was even revealed, announced, and haven't got around to it. But I'm excited for the day I do. The Divine Comedy. Holy moly, what a beautiful book. What a beautiful book. Have not read through all of it fully. Reading the English translations, I know definitely doesn't give me the full experience of it, but it is just so interesting. This book has so much history behind it. It's so interesting, it's so beautifully written from the parts that I can understand, even though I can't like fully grasp it how it was intended. It is still so good. So good. Continuing with classics, we have Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, The Myth of Sisyphus. Continuing on with kind of the like philosophical stuff, Meditations and The Book of Five Rings, The Monkey King. Don't know, just picked it up. It was like $1. The Sisters, picked this one up for the same reason, just found it cheap. I wanted to fill up my bookshelf. This was when I went to Toronto and I kind of just visited a bunch of used bookstores, so I was picking up whatever I could. I spent like $15 and got a shit ton of books. First person singular. I'm sure everyone who is familiar with this author knows about this book. Good stuff. I forgot to include this one when I was going over the classics, but I also have The Secret History. This next batch of books, I have no idea what they are about because it was purchased for the same Toronto trip that I was talking about, where I was just buying a bunch of stuff from used bookstore. I have Vlad. I believe this is like a vampire horror comedy kind of thing. however you pronounce that. Next, I have a bunch of Sandra Gulland books. The Many Lives and Secret Sorrows of Josephine B, Tales of Passion, Tales of Woe, and The Last Great Dance on Earth. Haven't read any of these. I thought the covers were beautiful though. I have Shadowbox. Don't know what this one is about. The cover just reminded me of Silent Hill. I love Silent Hill, so I picked this one up and I was like, oh my god, Silent Hill-esque cover. And that's about it. I thought it looks pretty. Next, I have The Love of a Good Woman. Again, I thought the cover was very pretty, so I picked this one up. The Last Werewolf. Monkeys Are Made of Chocolate. Crime, gritty, dark. I have Black Mass. This one was given to me by a customer at my job. I told him, we had like a very nice conversation about reading books. I told him I've never read a crime book before. He gave me this one to read. I never read it. I do want to get around to it. I have not seen that man in a while. Sweet, sweet person. He did tell me I have to return it when I do finish it. I don't know where to find him though, but once I do finish this, I think he's just gonna like spawn out of nowhere. He's waiting for the day I read this. The Darker Side. I bought it because I don't usually read these kind of books, and again, it was like $2 or $3, so pads out the shelf a little bit more. Next, I have The Course of Love and On Love. I love reading about love, relationships, all that. It is just something I've always been interested in. Tugs at your heart. Both very, very, very good books. Staying on the theme of love, but going more into poetry, I have Love Poems by Pablo Neruda and The Tough Romance. I have not read through this one. I read through this one. I don't speak Spanish though, so I can only read the English translations, which definitely don't capture the same magic that it would, how it was originally written, but I still love this. I adore this so much. A Short History of the World in 50 Failures. I just thought this was very interesting to read through. I thought it was cool to know about some of the things in this world and how they came to be in 50 failures. Then I have Thinking Fast and Slow. I got this one because I wanted to get better at competitive games. Quite embarrassing to say my book fell over. I think an embarrassment for me. Everybody knows Atomic Habits. I bought these kind of for the same reason, and they did actually help because I'm goated at every game I play. So now, still sticking in the realm of learning things, I have Mina no Nihongo, the study book and the workbook. Actually, I don't know which one is which. I was big into learning Japanese, I'm gonna say 4 years ago. So when I was 18 or 17, maybe 5 years. Oh god, that's a while. But yeah, I was big into learning Japanese. I did get at a decent level and I forgot most of it. So I've been meaning to go through these this year so I can start learning another language again, because it was very, very fun. I was just very awkward at the time, didn't have many people to talk to in Japanese. I was scared of like joining online groups and everything, but these are great. These books are very, 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 very good for studying and learning Japanese. Next, still sticking with learning things, I have this drawing book, Point Character Drawing. This is for drawing bodies, more like anatomy, basic anatomy. This is like more manga anime style, kind of cartoony stuff. Very, very good though. I use this one. I do have one for faces as well. I think I just dropped it somewhere as I was organizing my bookshelf, so that'll go up on the shelf eventually. But yeah, book 1 and book 2. Still sticking with learning stuff, I have cookbooks. Now I have a art book of Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Beautiful, beautiful art. Same friend that bought me the One Piece cookbook bought me this one 2 or 3 years ago. Very, very thankful. This is amazing. Concept art for games and shows or whatever that I love is so cool. It's awesome. I was gonna say it's time for manga. It's actually not. Perks of Being a Wallflower. Forgot to grab this one earlier. Everybody knows this. The movie, the book. This one's a classic. Next is time for manga. Vinland Saga Volume 1. Next, I have the first volumes of both 20th Century Boys and Monster, Volume 1 and Volume 3 of Steel Ball Run, the entire up to Volume 17 of Love is War. Love is War, very good romance comedy manga. Just showing the rest of the other volumes. It's a classic. Next, I have the first volume of One Piece and the first volume of Slam Dunk. Next, Volume 1 and Volume 2 of Kakegurui. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but I loved the anime, so I picked up a couple of volumes of the manga, Kagurabachi. Everybody knows this one if you're into shonen. A Sign of Affection and The Climber. Next, Tokyo Ghoul. I got the box set of Tokyo Ghoul a long time ago when I was first collecting manga. Next, I have the one and only comic I've ever owned in my entire life. Batman Court of Owls. I love Batman, so I had to pick this up. And next, the reason why I'm out of this reading slump, Dungeons and Dragons. I own all the handbooks, or the basic handbooks, Monster Manual, Dungeon Master Guide, Player's Handbook. I've been taking all my notes. So this is currently what we are working with. This is what I was using to hold up my camera because I realized it was way too low for the first few shots. But now I'm just going to try to decorate it and make it a bit more pretty because it is a bit too bare bones right now. So this is how the bookshelf is looking now with a few trinkets added on. I think this was pretty successful. I like how this turned out a lot. You saw a bit of my dresser there. I still need to organize all that, but I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think I do just want more like fantasy related stuff that I can put with this stuff because I have a lot of my anime figures, manga figures down with the manga, but I don't have much for all this. So that was me organizing my bookshelf and talking about some of the books that I've read, have been reading, haven't read, haven't gone around to. Yeah, that's about it. Bye.